These are some of my first steps on the 800-mile Arizona National Scenic Trail. It's taken me a while to get started. Finally, here I am. I'll be on the trail for approximately 2 months. Just left the monument at the Mexican border. Pretty psyched to be hiking. I've been walked by the rain, driven by the snow, drunk and dirty, but don't you know I'm still willing to be gliding on. Out on the road most every night, I see pretty Alice in every headlight. Alice, Dallas, Alice. Been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatshepsut, Tonopah. Driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. Driven the back road so I wouldn't get weighed. And if you give me weed, white sand wine, and you show me a sign, I'll be willing to be gliding on. What's your name, sir?
My name is Checkpoint.
Okay, you want to speak up loudly. I got good microphones on this camera, but yeah, Checkpoint. Where are you from, Checkpoint?
Czech Republic, that's why I'm Checkpoint.
Checkpoint, huh? Czech Republic. That's a long ways to come.
Yep.
How long you been on the trail?
9 days.
9 days?
Yep.
So how far have you come so far?
120 something miles. I think so, 120.
So what's your evaluation? Has it been worth coming all the way across the big old pond to come over here to this bleak and desolate wasteland?
Yep.
Liking it, huh?
Yeah, good so far.
So pretty easy trail to hike?
Not easy, but I'm still here.
Yeah. So we're on this next section of the trail here. What are some of the challenges here?
Going uphill, no water, sun.
So
like everywhere else on the trail.
So how far uphill do they have to go on this next carry?
Like 20 miles or so, 16, 20.
What kind of elevation? How high is the hill?
8,000. We're at 2.
So you got climbs 6,000 feet and 20 miles before the next likely water. Is that what? I got that figured out right?
Yeah, I guess so.
That sounds like one of the bigger challenges on the Arizona Trail.
We'll see.
Yeah, so do you have any trepidations or anxiety over this?
Let's just do it and see how far we get.
All right, well, good luck with your travels. This is Glidon here talking to Checkpoint. Gentleman's all the way from Czechoslovakia. And we talked to him yesterday morning, and he talked to us a little bit about this ascent up this mountain in the Saguaro National Park. Well, what did you think about the climb thus far?
Well, I'm glad it's almost over.
Yeah, how was yesterday?
Yesterday, well, it was a climb.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Something?
Relentless, just up, up, up.
Yeah?
No rest.
No rest for the weary?
Yeah.
So would you do it again?
Not right now.
No, I mean, like, say you went back home and then you plan to come out here again. Would you ever do that hill again?
Probably not on purpose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so what's ahead?
Just a little more climb and then all downhill for a while to get us out of the park.
Yeah? It's pretty easy the rest of the way?
Looks like.
Yeah? Okay, anything else you have to say?
Not right now.
You're a quiet type, aren't you?
Yep.
The last few days we've been traveling through a succulent forest of cactus from Sonoran Desert plants. Now we're up at the top of of the climb above in Arizona National Park, in the pine forest. I'm not sure if the camera can pick up the sound of the wind in the pine needles. It's nice and cool breeze up here. Very relaxing sound. This is Glide On, sometimes known as Glider or Glide, continuing on an interview with a check step. Anyways, what have you just accomplished here?
Well, we just finished the 8,000 feet climb in the Arizona National Park in our second day of the climb. And from now on, it's gonna be a little ways down.
I understand that they call these sky islands up here. Do you have any concept of why they call them sky islands?
Well, they're high and cool. They're islands in the sky. I don't think there's any deeper meaning to it. Nice elevation, cold air.
Yeah, way above the valley floor in the desert and lower lands. We're up in the pine forest where down lower you have your succulent gardens, your cactus gardens of the Sonoran Desert. We're up in the pines here now. I was looking at the maps and it looks like we're descending a long ways. Do you have any idea of how far we're actually going to be descending?
From now on, some 4,000 feet down.
So we just climbed up 6,000 to an 8,500 foot peak to go 4,000 feet down?
Well, looks like the trail was made that way.
Who was that man?
A mysterious teacher.
So are you happy?
Right now I am.
Any last comments?
Let's go downhill.
All right, I'm with you there. Well, this is pretty cool. Hiking without my full load of gear. I'm actually jogging on this stretch, but while I'm holding the camera, I'm just gonna be walking. But yeah, moving right along here. The trail's really nice, groomed really well on this stretch. I'm certainly hoping that the whole stretch to Superior, this 100-mile walk from Oracle to Superior, I'm hoping the trail will be in this kind of shape. Sure is easier on the feet. Marnie from the motel in Oracle, she went into Tucson yesterday, went to Sportsman's Warehouse and picked up some stuff that I shopped on over the phone with. I got a new water filter, a new Sawyer squeeze. My Mini just pooped out on me eventually and was way too slow, so I went back to the original squeeze. I got some Aquamira too for treating water that's foul, that's a little bit maybe murky, or that I wouldn't want to filter. And got some new socks, nice Smart Wool Merino Wool socks, and a new pair of insoles. And so my feet are all happy now with new socks and new insoles. And here we go, cruising down on the Arizona Trail. You know what I have to say? Yeah, pilgrims, glide on! to the promised land, or across the promised land, because we're... Oh, the joys of cattle country. Here we are at water 3. Water 3 means that it's dependable water, and a classification from 0 to 4. 4 being the most dependable, of course, and 0 being nada. Nice corral here. Giant storage tank up on the hill there, but that's empty. No cows in here, I'm glad of that. Oh, look at what have we here. Oh yeah. Kool-Aid. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Here's some good water. Water 3. Yeah, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Kind of like a Coors Light. Ah, the wonders of the Arizona Trail. This is a cattle trough, mile 253.1, described as being probable, or a W2. Guess it would save your life. In the most recent update in the water report, though, is called dry. You can see that I am getting a slight drip out of a pipe that goes up out of the hillside, comes out of the rock up above. It's enough of a drip that I can get water, and I'm gonna filter it, even though it is coming right out of the rock. There's insects everywhere, as you can see. Yeah, there is a cattle tank up another 4/10 of a mile, supposedly, that is full. But I sort of like this water that's dripping out of a pipe out of the solid rock, and this will probably get me through to the Kelvin Road and Gila River, which is 11 miles further. Going to be a hot afternoon doing that. Coming up to the high point on the Tortilla Mountains, I guess. Mile 257 and a half. And quite the climb to get up here, and otherwise really downhill day. Mostly descending today. After this, we'll have a long descent down into the Gila River, the Kelvin Bridge, which I am really looking forward to getting to. I'm going to give you a 360 view around the world here. All you can say is Arizona has plenty of desert and some ice. The sun is sinking pretty low in the sky now. The shadows are getting pretty long. The day is getting pretty long too. It's been a long and winding trail. Done about 18 miles so far today. Got just a little bit of time. We get a couple more in, which I need to get to supposed water cache that officially I don't have any information on, but a fellow hiker has told me about. So I guess I'll be hiking probably the last mile in the dark. That's okay. As long as I get there, I have all night to recuperate and get some good food in me and get a good night's rest. This is Glider. This is some type of an accipiter, goshawk maybe. He or she's flying around like crazy, making all kinds of noise at me, trying to draw me away from her nest, which is in a pine tree just right above me. Right there. Glide on. Glide on, mother. The promised land. I spent the last 2 days at Bear Spring Saddle in the Mazatl wilderness. Snow, couple inches, slushy, heavy, caved my tarp in. Everything got wet. Big mess. I hope the sun keeps shining for a while. I'll do my best to stay dry. Walking through the underbrush is as bad as walking in the rain. Completely gets you saturated head to toe. I spent 2 days at Bear Spring Saddle in the Mazatl wilderness trying to wait out heavy rains. Rained for almost 2 days straight until last night it turned to snow. Snowed all night long. What a mess, I want to tell you. I stayed warm enough though. Everything's wet. Maps. My gatewood tarp fared me well. Kept me dry enough. My Sierra Designs backcountry quilt, 28 degrees. Worked pretty good. I was never totally cold. And my Tavig sheet turned into a muddy mess. This wilderness is burned by the willow fire. And now you just have to push through all of this brush, this scrub oak and cat claw and locust and all kinds of noxious kind of plants. You get wet as you would if it was raining pushing through this brush. It's overhead high, and I'm totally soaked. Even after I get dry, I'm totally soaked. This is pretty much the moment of truth. We've left Flagstaff, been hiking on the mesas, long dry roads through forests, but today's been the hottest day, longest day. We've hiked 18.5 miles since the last cattle tank. We're coming up on Lockwood Tank now, and it's really the moment of truth. The tank is obviously dry. There's supposed to be possibly a trough with a float behind the tank. If there isn't, we are in for a survival situation. We have a long ways to go before the next possible water, and even with that we don't even know if that's going to be there for sure. Yeah, so anyways, let's walk around this next tank and see what we've got. Here we are, we're coming on Lockwood. We've hiked 18.5 miles through into the early afternoon to get here, and it looks as if we are not to be disappointed. I can't see from here the quality of the water, but it looks like there's plenty of it. We're coming on up into it. Runner is he's over here checking out another tank, possibly see if it's cooler or clearer water, I would guess. All I can say is thank God. I really hate epic survival situations. I could write at least a half a dozen stories too many. I don't mean this lightly, but God bless America and past instant mashed potatoes. And Runner, what do you have to say about this situation? Speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not very happy, huh? Not clear enough for you, not clean enough, huh? Not cold enough, I guess. I'm taking a swim. So, where are you guys from?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Did you come all the way out here to Arizona?
We first went to California.
Okay.
Yosemite, 27
So,
miles.
looks like you're on a big long hike. Where are you all hiking?
Where did we hike from? The top to Bright Angel, and then we're going up to Indian Gardens, and then all the way back up to the top.
The top of what?
The Grand Canyon.
Whoa, the Grand Canyon. So, what's all your names?
What's your name, buddy?
Speak up.
Say loud, real loud for it.
Ransom.
Okay.
You? Thomas.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Laura.
Andy.
Okay, well, I'm just documenting all the different ways that people hike on the long trails, our wonderful national scenic trails and trails in America. And this is another great way of doing it. This is my home sweet home. This is my Gatewood Cape by Six Moon Designs with the awning doors, vestibules tied back with the Sarah Designs backcountry quilt rated at 28 degrees European norm with a Thermarest Neo Air full length and a sheet of Tyvek for a ground sheet. This Gatewood Cape has gone through many years of faithful service. Probably about 5 different times I've weathered significant snow of up to 6 to 8 inches. It's all about how taut and how correct you get it pitched, which sometimes is not easy, to be honest with you. There's lots of different angles that can work out. But there it is, my bedroom and house. Well, this is Glider, 798 miles down the length of the Arizona National Scenic Trail, traveling from Mexico northbound, 2 miles shy of the Utah border, state line campground. It's been an incredible trip. Oh boy, I'm at a loss for words, as you can imagine. I'm just about done for now. I just have to thank everybody on this journey that's helped me. The people have actually almost dwarfed the wilderness experience, almost stolen thunder from the wilderness, made this such an incredible journey for me. How can I ever forget the incredible months I've had on the Arizona Trail and all the incredible happenings. I can just say it's just a time for one moment of silence. And all the canyon country lies ahead and beyond, but this journey's over. Well, this is it, folks. This is all she's got left in her. For all practical purposes, all I've got left in me. I'm like within yards of the border, of the Utah border. in the northern terminus of the Arizona Trail. I'm at the State Line Campground, which looks like it's a pretty nice scene here, actually. We are pretty much done.